Good morning and welcome to the Pure Power Comic Show. I'm your host, Anthony Thomas, your friendly jazzy bass player and comic book collector and store owner. The Pure Power Comic Show is a division of BSN Collectibles and is aired every Saturday and Sunday on the BSN Collectibles YouTube channel, where we talk about all that is comics and more. BSN Collectibles is a division of Brand Shopping Network where we sell comics, sports cards, action figures, and much more. You can check us out at www.bsncollectibles.com, and you can also check out our main store at www.brandshoppingnetwork.com and shop the brands you know. Today on Pure Power Comics, we'll be doing some unboxing of DC Comics. And today is Sunday the 2nd. This is episode 6. Episode 6. And before you, I have Batman Gordon's Law. Commissioner Gordon's. And they have him in his own little solo book. And this is issue 2. This is issue 2, and this book came out in January of 1997. So I'm assuming it probably was done, obviously, in December. It probably was written in December and printed in December, and they published it in 1997 of January. And this is part 2 of 4. So this is a 4-book series. And in this book, I give this book well, first let's do this, the storyline. Basically, the storyline in this book is, a typical law book, where there's some prison issues, bad guys, Commissioner Gordon, he's doing some detective work and all this stuff in there. Storyline, I read it, and I without giving it away, I give it a B. The storyline is decent, it's a good storyline. The artwork in the book, I give a C minus, even at that. But the cover, I like the cover, the simplicity of the cover, and the shadows, and the uses of the red and the white, especially in the glasses. It almost make it look like a mirror effect or a light, just by adding that white there. I give the front cover, I give it an A. I like the layout, the shadows, but the artwork inside, I give a C minus. Oh, 1 sec. I give it a C minus. Now, the writer in this book is Mr. Chuck Dixon, who I have met multiple times at MegaCon in Orlando. I have got tons of books signed by him, and great person. The artist is Claus Jason. Colorist is Kevin Samore. Letterer is John Costanza. Associate editor is Darren Vicious, and editor is Scott Peterson. And the storyline is Suspicious Minds. Now, inside of the book, there's a lot of advertisement, a lot of gaming advertisement, in this whole, and you got 2 movie advertisements, you got 2 gaming ads, and the 2 movies that are featured in here, the first one is Independence Day, November the 22nd. So that was, so the movie must have came out in 1997. So if this January, yeah, if this is January 97, I'm assuming they're advertising the upcoming movie that was going to come out in November of 1997. And the same thing with Space Jam. Space Jam, November 15th. They have it advertised in here as well. Space Jam is advertised. Let me see. Space Jam is advertised. Right there. November 15th. And Independence Day is advertised here. And what? And maybe the movie came out before, because they saying the video invasion hits home. So maybe this is the movie came out the year before. You can see video invasion. Maybe the movie came out the year before this. Yeah, I think the movie came out a year before this, and they got it on vid. They promoting the video. But throughout the movie, you have, throughout the book, you have Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat Ultimate #3, Genesis, Greatest Hits, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Nights and Dreams, Sega Saturn, NBA Videos, and Final Doom. A lot of gaming companies advertised in this one book. So the gaming companies pay for this book to even be published. So like I said, I'm gonna show you one more good look at the book. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah. And the camera is not giving it a full color red because of the light. Because of the lighting above it. I got this light above the books. And I think if I move it light over like that, you can see it's a real dark red. But that light makes it a little pinker. And let me just take my time. Yeah, but I give the front cover. Now the condition of this book is, it's in good condition. Is it in mint condition? No. There's some creases on the edges and stuff. But it's still a good book to read. I enjoy this book more for its writing than its artwork. And that's now up next we have Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad. This is book 11. It's DC. And on the front cover we have Deadshot. He's look like he's in some type of plant, and he's shooting his gun like Deadshot does. And in here also they have different advertisements of games. You got Steampunk. But the artwork Now the artwork in here, I enjoyed the artwork in this book here, and enjoyed the cover. I mean, the artwork inside I give a B. The cover, I like the cover. I give the cover an A. Yeah, man, you got different advertisements of books in here. You got Superman, the Man of, the Man of Tomorrow by John Romita Jr. Let me hold on a second. I'm trying to find where is it. You got Black Manta in here, in this. They may have it in the back. So they did a lot of their own advertisement as far as their books. Yeah, so the writer is Sean Ryan, artist Philippia Brands, colorist is Blonde, and letterist is Tom Napoleon. I'm not pronouncing his name right. So cover is two artists in here. But I give this book this is Suicide. Number 11, the new Suicide Squad, and they're supposed to be coming out with a new movie on the corner there. It's got a crease. I think they came from me. But they could be pressed out, I guess. But I'm just gonna bag and board it. And then you get people who say, "Oh, I gotta press and board it. I gotta." Okay. In our society, in the collector society, that brings more value to the book. But when you get down to it, it's just a book. That's my opinion. Now this next one is Adventure Comics 525, starring the Legion Academy. The cover is, I like the cover. The cover is almost like a panel inside the book. I like that. Inside you got the artist, the art. I like the art inside. It always reminds me of I forgot it. He does comic pro secrets. Remind me of his artwork. Gary Seaver or something like that. And anyway, you got inker. It's Andy Lanny and Sean Parson. You got storytelling, Paul Levis and Phil Jimis. Colorist is Hi-Fi, and John Hill is the letterer, and James Hi-Fi is the cover. So I'm assuming he is. I'm thinking Phil is the artist. You got Darren Shine is the assistant editor, and Brian Cunningham is the editor. So inside I get a story. I mean the artwork. I give the artwork inside. I like the artwork inside. I can appreciate this artwork. I give the artwork inside. I give it an A. I can appreciate the artwork in here. A lot of comic book advertisement inside. You know, Diamond Comics, they advertising inside. You got Geek Chick Daily, Feed Your Inner Geek. You know, decent advertising some of the other books, but I haven't had a chance to read this one here, but I do like the cover, and I do like that artwork. Let me look that guy up, the artist that I was telling about. Let me look him up on my phone. Let me look him up on my phone. Yeah, he does Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Ethan Van Siever. Ethan Van Siever or Skeever. That's what that artwork in there reminds me of. It reminds me of him. His art style. And that's what this art in here reminds me of. The cover too. It reminds me of his style on the Flash and Green Lantern. He's a great artist. Ethan Van Skeever. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, man. But this is some good art as well. So this guy is either he learned Ethan's style, or he's trying to mimic his style, but it's still good. And this book came out in 2011, June of 2011. June 2011. They said they got the Geek. Feed Your Inner Geek, Geek Daily, Geek Chick Daily, all that kind of stuff. Different advertisements in it. And I'll save this one for last. Put that over there. Next up we have Superman and a Supergirl. 50 years of DC special crisis crossover. This came out in October 1985. This is DC Comics Present, and Black Star spells blackout for the Krypton Crusaders. And on the front cover, they're showing Supergirl and Superman fighting each other in space. And I guess this is Black Star. She's flying over them. And now I haven't had a chance to read this, but the artist is Paul. The writer is Paul Guckenberg, and you got the letterer is I can't read that. Gazar or something. And artist Rick Herbert. Colorist is Gene D'Angelo, and inker is Dave Hunt, and editor is Julius Swartz. And here they give Supergirl, I guess at that time, that look with her hair. And this is done on the earlier paper, the newspaper style print paper. And you have advertisements throughout, as well as Superboy's on the back. Yeah, the collectible stuff. Superboy collections. Action figure. And on the front, you have I like the cover. Inside, the art is good. I give the artwork in here in this style, almost like an Jerry Ordway style. I like it. I give it an A, and the cover I give it an A. I haven't read the story, but I give the artwork inside an A. Now next up we have, I'm pretty sure if you're a DC fan, you gotta have this here. Well, you got part of this. This is DC. This is book 44. Came out March 10th, March 2010. And red badge of rage. A red badge of rage. Stories is Peter J. And penciler is Patrick Glenson. And got a whole bunch of inkers. Rebecca, Tom, Keith, Glenson, inkers. Okay. I ain't gonna read all y'all names. And the colorist is Ray and Gabe. And letterer is Steve. Cover is Glenson, Rebecca, and Mayer. Variant cover is Greg Horn. This is not the variant cover. And my thing is, you got 3 guys doing the one cover. Maybe they should have had one person doing the cover. Because I personally, the artwork inside, haven't read the story. This is Black as Night, Green Lantern Corpse, number 44. Burn, Cal, burn. Some of the pages inside is cool, but some of the artwork fluctuates. In other words, you could tell where it's probably different artists doing different scenes in here. But overall, I give it a C. I give it a C plus. Put it out. I give it a C plus. Haven't read the story, but I think if you got that many artists on the front cover, it should look a little better than that. But that's just my opinion. The layout should have been better. Because some Black and Night with Ethan Van Ethan Van, who's done those, he knocked them out the park. So, but that one there, Ethan is not in that one there. This next book is The Titans, Mind Out of Time. This came out in March of 2007. This is book 37, 2002. I mean, came out in March of 2002. This is book 37. You got storytelling is Jay and Barry. Inker is Richard, and colors is Gregory Wright, and separation is Herrick Age, and literature is John Costanza, and you got assistant editor is Harvey Richards, and editor is Andrew Helfer. And then this here they got the same thing. You got the movies, you got Rolling Ball, coming soon, get into the game. But the storyline here, before I get sidetracked on this, the storyline, artwork on the side is, you get the artwork of C inside. Like I say, I haven't read it. To cover it, I give a C. But they got advertisements throughout of gaming and comics, like they always do. Yeah. So next up is 52. Remember when the 52s came out? This came out in, yeah, December 20th, 2006. And this is week 33. When they was doing a book a week. 52 weeks out of a year, 52 comics out of a year. And I bet you that took a lot out of them. So and I'm pretty sure they got a lot of sales out of this 52. But could they keep up with that print wise and money wise? Could they keep up with that? On this front cover, you have Batgirl and it ain't Robin. Well, let me see. It's like he called himself it. Let me see. What did they call him? I forgot. But it's around Christmas time, obviously. The artwork inside is definitely a C. Artwork on the front cover is a C+. And did I read off who actually? Hold on. I hate when they do this. And the villain inside, well, they show Adam, But it's not really no fighting or nothing going on. Or at least not in all of it. But hey, this is the issue here. It's a Christmas time issue. So up next we have Green Arrow, number 14, new format. This came out in 1989. 1989. And you got the writer in here is Mike Grell, pencil is Dan Jurgens, and you got Dick Gordon is the inker, as well as Frank McClanahan. Letterer is John. Colorist is Julia. And the associate editor is Brian, and editor is Mike Gold. This is the artwork inside. Not a whole lot of writing. Not a whole lot of writing, man. Whoa. Okay. Not a whole lot of writing. Got the book. Some areas that then they start picking up with the writing in the back, but still, I think they're doing more of the picture, is the storytelling. And this one here, on the front cover, I give it what would you give that? It's like you got a big old cat, and the cat is looking at him. He has him in his eye. I get a cover of B. And the inside I give a B as well, for the storytelling of the artwork, because there's not a whole lot of writing in the beginning. In other words, not a lot of word balloons, but the artwork is telling you the story. And it's a good artist. Good artist. So up next I have Superman, the Man of Steel, and this came out in 1994. This is issue 90, number 3. This is Elseworld Annual Superman, Man of Steel. This is Elseworld Annual Man of Steel. So in Elseworld, I guess this is another world in the DC universe. And on the front cover, we got our guy from I appreciate his artwork. And I'm gonna let you see if you can tell me who is the artist on the front cover. But the words or the is by Priest and MD Bright. Inks are Kirk Schultz. Letter is Albert. Colors is Glenn Whittemore, and Chris Duffy is assistant, and Frank Pitt is associate, and Mike Carlin is an editor. The artwork inside is different than the artwork outside because it's done by two different artists. And this came out in 1994. Let me put it here without me saying something. You should be able to figure that out. That is, he put out 3 movies. And he got, yeah, 3 movies, and he has another one coming out. The artist who did this front cover. You can see his name there. The simplicity of his artwork is almost like Tim Sells, but you know, a little different. He has the guys in the back, but has no details in them. But you know what it stands for by using your imagination. Now, up next we have, this came out in 1997. This is issue 23. Number 55. This, the Legionnaires. I never was into the Legion. These are superheroes from the future. Yeah. Inside I give this artwork a C. Actually a C minus. Yeah, this came out in December 1997. 1997. And you got Roger Stern is the scripter, co-plotter. Tim McGraw, co-plotter and colorist. Jeffrey Moe is the penciler. WC is the inker. Pat is the letterer. Frank is the assistant editor, and KC is the editor. And Carmelo, adult Legionnaire. So, I mean, the inside I get a C minus. The front cover, give a C. That's my opinion. Okay. Front cover, I get a C. I got some pretty good, another Legion book. Yeah, these are hero books. Oh yeah, I like those. Even though I'm not a big DC fan, I can appreciate some of their characters. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes. This came out in November 2006. This is issue 22. Front cover. Before I get into the cover, this is around the time the final battle, the ultimate. This is around the time when X-Men Last Stand came out. And well, X-Men came up way before this, obviously. Right. In here, the Legion of Superheroes. You got the Barry Henson did the layouts. Tony and Mark did the script. Adam did the pencil, and Rob and Rana did the inks. Travis did the lettering. Nathan did the coloring. Harvey, assistant editor. Steve is the editor. And Barry Henson did the cover art, as well as Nathan did the cover coloring. So, inside. I give this book a C on the inside as well as the outside. Haven't read it yet, so I don't know how it reads. Now this book here, I was reading some of it. I was reading some of it the other day, and I didn't get through all of it because and my thing is, this guy said I have something in my eye, and then a whole bunch of superheroes come through. So I'm assuming this is an alternative, because the guy on the front cover, he reminds me of Superman. So I don't know if he's actually Superman or this is an alternative universe, because DC have so many stinking worlds. But Marvel, I can say that too, because they got the Ultimate. They got I don't know if they still got the Dark Knight, the Knight brand or whatever it is, Marvel Knight's brand in it. But here I don't like the use of the way they use Lobo, because Lobo is a kick-ass character, and they kind of like mellow Lobo out lately when I seen him in certain books. I mean, Lobo don't destroy the whole planets. But the artwork inside, I give it a B. The outside I give a B too. And this is Doom Patrol, Justice League of, I can't read the whole thing because it's got a milk carton covering it up. But I'll let you see DC Young Animal. This is part 5. Steve Orlando. So they got the guys on the front cover. Let me see what. Let me go inside here. Let me go inside. So I got something in my eye, and all these characters come out. But here, this is Milk Wars. Got a little crease in there. And I give the cover a B, and I give the inside a B. I don't know if that's supposed to be Superman from another world or something like that. Like I said, I'm not a huge DC fan at all. I think when the last Batman movie came out, I didn't even go see it. Superman 2. So, alright. Next up is the New Age of Heroes, the Silencer. DC Universe. This is Deathstroke. And I don't know what this other person be supposed to be, a mummy or something. Up close and personal with Deathstroke. She got, like it's a lady, she got a gun pushed up his mouth. Yeah, let's see where we can get to the artwork in here is different. This is a little different. Hold on a second. We got advertisement in here. Of some of their comic books. But yeah, the majority of advertising in this one is their comic stuff. They're advertising their comics in here. I hate. They usually have this, the information of who did what in the front, but sometimes they don't put them into the back, or sometimes they don't put it up. So I'm assuming because you want to know, like I say, if you want to get this book signed, you got to know who actually did what in here. So they got it at the back of the book, right, which is storytelling is Dan and Victoria, and colorist is Mike, letterer is Tom, cover is Joe Ramada Jr. Yep, that looked like his work. Assistant editor is Andrew, editor is Paul, and group editor is Mario. Silencer created by John Romita Jr. and Dan. That's the Silencer, the lady. John Romita. I could have come up with a better looking character than that dude. Oh, I remember he was talking about that on one of his, on the comic book man. You give the artwork. That's John there. I give you artwork there, John. I give you a C+ on that. Inside, I give a C+ too. I've seen you do better. So let me give you one. And up next, now we have I always like the Mr. Miracle character, and this Amazon babe. And in this book here, this is Mr. Miracle, and so it's It's a hardcover compared to the other comics. It's almost like it's a graphic novel. Um, I haven't read this. But it's showing some fight scenes, and Mr. Miracle's getting his behind. If that's Mr. Miracle, yeah, he's getting his behind toe up from the flow up. I have to read this to really get the concept of this, cause the way they got this panel is. The way they got this panel is that hold on a second. Let me just tell you this here. The writer is Tom King. Mitch is a pencil, ink, colors, and variant cover. So Miss Garrett is doing a whole bunch. She's doing the pencil, the inks, and the coloring. I think he should have let somebody else do the coloring. And Clayton Cowell is the letterer, and Nick DeRange, he did the cover. I think he should have let Nick actually do some of the inside or something. That would happen when people try to do too damn much. Excuse my French. You got Brenny, associate editor, James, editor, Mr. Miracle, created by Jack Kirby. Now, do they ever give him that type of props? Mr. Miracle was created by Jack Kirby. Legend Jack Kirby. But this here, I give the artwork a C, and I give the cover a B. I'm gonna take these off. Yep, I give the cover a B. But I give the inside a C. Because it's two different artists, and the artist inside, he tried to do everything, and but the artist who did the front cover, he knocked it out of the park. I said, actually, I like that. I give that a B plus, man. I like her character, and their husband and wife, and Jack Kirby created him. I like him even more now. Come on, get the camera right. Okay. So now the next one I got, I know y'all probably gonna like this one. This one here even more. This is Dark Knight Rising. Okay, the way they got it spelled out. Dark Knight Rising, The Wild Hunt. And this is one of those metal books, Dark Knight metal tie-in. Snyder Morrison. And this is #1. Issue #1 of Dark Knight's Rising. And obviously this came out last year. In this book I give it an A. I like the artwork inside, just as the cover. I give the cover an A too, because it's wild. Dark Knight Rising. Scott Snyder, Grant Morrison. They got a lot of good writers on this book. So you got the artist Howard, George, Doug. And I'm about to see if anybody here that's gonna be at the MagaCon get it signed. I have to pull these out. Okay, colorist Hi-Fi Sanchez, letter is Clayton Cowell. Doug is the cover, and you got David, assistant editor, Rebecca Taylor, co-editor. Obviously Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. Superman created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shooters by special arrangement with the Jerry Siegel family. So I want to do they still get some money. Yeah, the artwork is definitely good inside. So A+ on the art inside as well as the cover. And give you a slew. And this is issue 1. You're playing a Batman guitar. Acid rock. That would be definitely a bag and boarded. And just put them in those Mylars. Okay, the next issue I have to showcase is JL, Justice League of America. This is 25. This came out in 1999. And you got Grant Morrison is the writer. John Dale inker, Pat colorist, Howard Porter, penciler, Ken letterer, Heroic Age Separation, Tony is associate editor, and Dan is editor. Inside, this came, yep, on the front cover. I say the inside I give a C, artwork wise. And also in here on the cover I give a C as well. For its advertisement, in here you have gaming, Tekken 3, Exogear, Cartoon Network, Subway with Batman and Superman and Flash and Wonder Woman toys. And you got a Squaresoft, a PlayStation, some of the toys. You got Joe Kirby's World of Cartooning School advertising here. Star Wars advertisement. So those advertisements pay for the book itself and then some. Probably for all the printing. Because they know that, okay, this is going to be showed on the Lost in Space, the original series. Because the new Lost in Space on Netflix is different than this Lost in Space. I didn't finish watching that one there. Oh, that was that a movie? That was a movie. Yeah, that was a movie that came. That's the movie, and then they had the series that came out. I seen that, the movie. The movie was decent. And Game Boy. And this is the one, yeah. And I could open it up and let you see all the advertisements in there, but that would take a lot of time and make the video a little longer. That's why I didn't. If you want me to do that, just let me know in a comment. And the next time I do the unboxing, I can show, you know, the different advertisement in the book as well as some of the pages. Just let me know. Give me a comment. I'll leave a comment, and I will do that. Now, the next one I have is a graphic novel, and it's by Justice League of America, American Dreams. Grant Morrison artist, and I heard, you know, Grant Morrison is a good writer. Howard Porter is an okay penciler. I don't know if has he gotten better. But his artwork reminds me of some of the earlier Image stuff. So that's what it reminds me. This came out in, obviously showing 5 books in this graphic novel. And this came out in 1997. Long time ago, man. Long time ago. Yeah, Howard Porter, Grant Morrison, John Dale Inker, Pat is the colorist, Ken Lopez is the letterer, Heroic Age Computer Separation, and Rob Diaz is the editor. This here. And yeah, this art would remind me of the art. If you was into the Image books back when they came out, it remind me of those guys that just starting out, and they're doing their thing, but I don't know. I give the cover C, inside of C, C minus, and C minus in the inside as well. So that's gonna do it for today on the Pure Power Comics show, and next time I will be doing some artwork and some comic book reading. So until next time, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, leave a comment. Like I say, if you want me to show more on these books inside of the books, just let me know, and I will do that. Until next time, have a good day.